Hello my dear friends, so welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So today in this video, let's try to understand one of the most important conjunctions in Vedic Astrology, and that is Rahu and Jupiter Conjunction. This is also known as the Guru Chandal Yoga in Jyotish Shastra. So what are the kind of positive and the negative results that are associated with this conjunction? Let's try to understand in this video. Also, one important thing, if you are a woman, then Jupiter and Rahu conjunction, it is going to create a lot of weird circumstances at the time of your marriage, and it is going to give very mischievous kind of a personality to your spouse or your husband as well. So what are the overall results? First, let's try to understand. See, before judging any kind of a conjunction in your horoscope, specifically about Jupiter and Rahu, look at the zodiac sign in which this conjunction is occurring. If the conjunction is occurring into the air zodiac signs and the earth zodiac signs, it means Rahu is going to be very powerful. If this conjunction is occurring into the water zodiac signs and the fire zodiac signs, it means Jupiter is going to be more powerful. So this is the one simple technique to judge whether Rahu is having more say in the conjunction or whether Jupiter is having more say in the conjunction. Second important aspect, before looking into much detail, look at the degrees between Jupiter and Rahu. If they are closely conjunct between 3 to 7 or 8 degrees, or they are very further apart. Because more closely these two planets are going to conjunct, the more deeper impacts this conjunction is going to give you in your life. First of all, if I talk about regarding planet Jupiter in Vedic astrology, this is a guru. Guru means it is a spiritual master. Jupiter is a karka of adhyatmikta, spirituality, knowledge, wisdom, family planning, raising up the kids. If you are a woman, then Jupiter represents your husband as well. This is a karka of positivity, optimism and growth. And on the other hand, Rahu, it is the shortcut method to obtain everything in life. Rahu is the purest form of energy which is represented by Durga. Apart from this, this is a very mischievous kind of a planet. All the secrets, all the dark side, all the hidden side, mystical stuff, even something very unusual, like you are experiencing something from the very first time, that thing is also governed by Rahu. All the foreigners, foreign element, even I will tell you, sexual desires, that thing is also somewhat ruled or controlled by Rahu. So first of all, when Jupiter and Rahu, they are in conjunction, this is the positive energy. Jupiter represents positivity and Rahu on the other hand, this is a negative energy. So positive and negative charge, they always attract each other. They are not going to repel, they are going to attract each other. And here Rahu is going to learn lot of things from the Jupiter, and Jupiter is also going to learn lot of new things from Rahu as well. So they both are going to act into the similar way. You will not be able to differentiate between whether Rahu is giving me that kind of a weird results or whether Jupiter is giving me that kind of a weird results. I will tell you specifically, if this conjunction is occurring anywhere in the chart out of the 12 houses, the number one impact this conjunction is going to give you, like you are the kind of personality who is going to think towards the extreme end. If I put you into any kind of a situation in your life, you are the kind of individuals that are going to take everything very seriously towards the extreme end. Whether if I talk about regarding your marriage, regarding your education, regarding your career aspect as well, you are the kind of individuals who always want to achieve that kind of a perfection into every area of your life. And that is the main problematic situation between Jupiter and Rahu, because they both are very, very, very powerful planets. I will tell you one important thing, these both entities, they are very, very, very powerful. Never ever underestimate any person who is having Jupiter and Rahu conjunction in their horoscope. Because at some point in their life, if they are going through Jupiter Mahadasha or Rahu Mahadasha, they are going to feel its impact into much deeper sense. Apart from this, Jupiter, as I told you, this is a karka of knowledge. This is a karka of education as well. Even I will tell you the kind of education that you are going to pursue in your life, it is somewhat ruled by planet Jupiter. This is originally the 9th house with the sign of Sagittarius, and that is your belief system. So when Rahu is going to conjunct Jupiter, it is going to give you very, very, very strong set of belief system. And this is that kind of a belief system which no one is going to change. Even if they have to go against the norms of the society, they are going to do that kind of a thing. Second important thing, 9th house, it is associated with the long distance travels as well. Any kind of long distance journeys are associated with the Sagittarius, because Jupiter is holding the energy of the 9th house. What Rahu is going to do here, it is going to expand the energy, because Jupiter is already the Karka of expansion. But when you put Rahu over there, it is going to further expand it more. So these individuals, they want to experience all the joy, happiness, belief systems, traveling, everything to the extreme end. Second important thing is Ketu is also looking into Rahu. So here, this is not only Jupiter and Rahu, you have to look at Ketu, because Ketu is also aspecting the Rahu. It means somewhere the pull or the tug of war is going to be seen between these individuals, between the personal life and between the professional life. Or you can say between the materialistic side of the life by gaining professional titles, because they are very obsessed towards the education. I want to pursue that kind of a PhD or higher degrees so that I can govern the name, fame and reputation in my life. And on the other hand, if you look into this side, here Jupiter and Rahu conjunction in the negative side, they are going to take you towards very weird kind of a circumstances. Have you seen the murderers, thieves and thugs? I will not say like they are going to become one of them, but I will tell you they have that kind of a tendencies. They are very highly inclined or interested towards the horror movies as well, looking into the dark side. Whether the dark side of the anything, but looking into the hidden and the mystical and the dark side of the life. Because their approach towards that areas of life, that is going to be totally opposite from the norms of the society. Apart from this, if you look, Jupiter is originally controlling the 12th sign with the sign of Pisces as well, which is a watery element. So here Jupiter is having some kind of a dissolving qualities as well, because in the water everything is going to get dissolved very easily. So that kind of a quality is present inside Jupiter. But when you put Rahu over there, it is going to dissolve all the positive and negative energy inside that single thing. And at some point in their life, they will not be able to differentiate between their true personality. If you ask them who exactly you are, who are you actually, they will not be able to tell you, because they have that kind of a different personality traits. At some point, they are going to behave into different thing. If you put that individuals in some new situation, they are going to behave totally differently. But they are kind of a very opportunist kind of individuals. They want to look into the opportunities everywhere, where I can find that opportunity and I can put over there. Because I will tell you, from the very deep within, deep inside, they want to gain the power, authority, knowledge, even the respect from the society as well. And that is why tags, titles, like they love to put the doctorate in front of their name as well, like doctor this. So that is kind of their energy is going to taking them into that direction. Apart from this, as I am telling you, 12th house, originally this is the house of far-sightedness, spirituality. This is the outer realm. So these kind of individuals, they are very good into writing as well. That kind of a photography skills, I will tell you even. Because they have that kind of an eye to look into the very details of the very like complications. Because Rahu and Jupiter, they always try to solve the complications. Their like way of presenting themselves in order to experience that kind of a peace of mind, they love to solve that kind of intricate, small details. If you put them into some kind of a challenging situation, they love to face the challenge. Because they understand, like, by only facing challenge, if I'm going to beat someone, I'm going to rise high in my life. So that is why the competitiveness or the competitive spirit inside these individuals that are going to be extremely very high. Second important thing, if you are a woman and Jupiter is a karka or significator of your husband as well, it not only symbolizes the personality trait of your husband, but some of the qualities of your husband, that thing is also governed by Jupiter. When you put a Rahu over there, it means you are going to attract a person who is going to have a lot of desires. It may be desires for obtaining a money, wealth, sexual desires, or any other desires. It depends totally upon the zodiac sign placement and the house placement. But that kind of desires are going to be very high. And even if this conjunction is occurring in your chart, the desire for obtaining a perfect life partner is always going to be present inside you. But I will tell you, Jupiter and Rahu conjunction, it is going to bring your spouse and life partner from the very unknown kind of a background. Like you will not be able to understand like why I'm marrying to this guy or that girl. Because this is, I will tell you, this is the hardcore mischievous placement. This is not very easy to understand. Because here I will tell you, Jupiter also no longer become very guru and very spiritual kind of a person. When you put some guru and that kind of a thing into that mischievous entity as well, Rahu always try to change the planet or always try to extract more and more information from the dead planet. In that way, Jupiter is giving every energy to the Rahu. So it means Jupiter is no longer present over there. Rahu is extracting all the information inside him. And Jupiter, while experiencing all the gyan, all the knowledge, all the adhyatmic gyan from the Jupiter, then Rahu transform this entity into something else. Don't consider this as a two entity. No, Jupiter and Rahu conjunction, this is a single entity. Here, Rahu, the head of the Rahu, it is going to engulf Jupiter completely. And here, like Rahu tend to behave like more of a Jupiterian person. Like, I am the real guru, I am the real master, I am the real teacher. I know everything, you know nothing. And that is why I told you, towards perfection, striving towards perfection, learning some of the new technologies. Because they are that kind of opportunists. Suppose they have pursued their bachelor's degree into one field. In the next stage of the life, they have the ability to sense the future. What is going to happen after 10 years if I'm going to stay in this kind of educational background? So that is why they keep on learning, keep on acquiring new and new skills. They keep on experimenting with themselves as well. And that kind of experiments is not only the mental experiments. It may be some kind of a physical experiments as well. Any kind of a changes they are going to do in their personality as well. If this conjunction is occurring in the ascendant second house, so it means lot of changes they are going to bring into their hairstyle as well. Lot of new changes, because Rahu always wants new. And on the other hand, whenever it is engulfing Jupiter completely, here Rahu no longer becomes that mischievous Rahu. It becomes more of a very wisdom and very wise kind of a Rahu. And that is why I will tell you, selfishness is going to be number one personality trait of these individuals. I am not against of it, I am telling you. Selfishness, up to some extent, it is a very good thing. If you are having this conjunction, definitely this is going to make you some kind of a selfishness is going to be present over there. They will not easily form relationship, even the friendship bond with other individuals. Because Rahu is always looking at the opportunities. If I'm giving half an hour time to this individual, how can I be benefited by that person? So that is the approach of Rahu while dealing with all that kind of scenarios. Because here Jupiter also no longer become that kind of a guru and that kind of a wise planet. This is more of a practical sense. You understand, Saturn that represents the pure karma or the pure like that kind of a practical life, more of a practical personality, practical thinking. So this Jupiter and Rahu is more of a practical thinkers. They will not go with the flow of the emotions. And that is why love life is somewhat going to be very struggling. They have to suffer a lot into the relationship aspect. between their spouse, between their family, and between their friend circle as well, specifically, because their one side of the life is taking them away into the practical side. Look into the practical side, look into the practical side. So that is why they keep on moving towards the practical side and leaving that kind of a theoretical side behind them. That is the energy which is pulling them away. And on the other hand, Ketu is also looking at this conjunction. So that is why between the materialistic side, between that kind of a name, fame, recognition, titles, and between that secludedness, they somewhere feel very stuck in their life. And that is why loss of personality, I don't know who I am exactly, these kind of things are naturally going to happen between these individuals. Apart from this, one of very interesting thing, usually after the childbirth, like whether you are a male or a female, after childbirth, you are going to experience the deeper meaning of this conjunction because of your kids or because of your children. Because if you are having Jupiter and Rahu conjunction, some of the personality traits of your personality is going to get indulged into your children as well. And this placement is going to give very, very, very intelligent children. Specifically, if Jupiter and Rahu is posited into the 5th house or aspecting the 5th house. Because I will tell you, these both entities having the similar aspects. If I'm talking about the Jupiter is going to aspect 5, 7 and 9 places away, and Rahu is also going to aspect 5, 7 and 9 places away. So whenever they are aspecting at something, it means Rahu engulfing that kind of a Jupiter, it is aspecting over there. And if you understand the aspect into much deeper sense, they want to extract the information from that 5th aspect as well. Because 5th house, it is the house of creation and creativity. So with the 5th aspect of this single entity, don't consider it as a multiple thing, this is a single entity. Jupiter and Rahu, consider this thing as a single entity. So when this single entity is aspecting 5 places away, it means it is going to extract lot of information, lot of knowledge from that area. And it is also going to instill lot of creativity in that area of your life. Suppose this conjunction is occurring into your 1st house. If it is aspecting with its 5th aspect into the 5th house, that is the house of your education and childbirth. So it is going to instill lot of creative values inside your kids as well. With its 7th aspect, that is the relationship aspect. So whenever Jupiter and Rahu, that single entity is looking 7 places away, that is somewhat a selfishness. They always try to be more selfish towards that area of your life. If it is occurring into your 4th house and if it is aspecting in the 10th house, it means that kind of a selfish approach towards the career life is always going to be seen in their life. If these individuals have to rise high in their life, they will not think twice before doing any kind of a bad to that person. Even if they have to, like, I don't want to use that kind of negative words, but even if they have to go to the extreme and to win over the competition, they are going to do that kind of a thing. And lastly, with the 9th aspect, that single entity with its 9th aspect, it is going to exaggerate that house. They always want more and more. This is the non-satisfaction of Jupiter and Rahu. Because Rahu always wants more and more. Even Jupiter is fulfilling everything. Okay, Rahu, take it. Everything I'm going to give you, but still Rahu wants more. And that is why chasing goals, chasing dreams, chasing their desires, working towards them, it is going to be a lifelong challenge in front of them. And if Saturn is not very well positioned in your chart, I will tell you, if Saturn is not supporting you, it is going to create a lot of mental frustration. Because vision, long-term vision is connected with Saturn. 10 years, 20 years from right now, that aspect is completely governed by Saturn. So if Saturn is not supporting you into that kind of a long-term perspective of the life, this conjunction might going to take you very introverted kind of a thing. This is then going to make you very introverted and very shy kind of a personality who don't want to show up in front of the world. Because they somewhere value their own respect, their authority in the society. And they only receive that kind of authority and respect if they are performing any task up to the 100% level. If they want to suppose sit into some kind of a competition, they want to become the number one thing. If they are doing anything in their life, they always strive hard towards the perfection. Like, I want to be perfectionist and I want to sit at the topmost level. But without the support, and that is why they keep on chasing. Rahu keep on chasing more and more. Give me more. And that is why from the inside that is totally empty. They don't have anything present inside. Always outside, reflecting outside. Like, outside things, they are going to fulfill my deepest desires. But they don't understand that solution don't lies outside, that lies inside. And that is where they have to take the support of Ketu. It is much important for these individuals to stop chasing after the materialistic things and at least worship Lord Shiva. That is going to be very, very good aspect in your life. And at least be with Ketu. Because if at some point you are going to completely neglect your Ketu, this is going to create a lot of non-satisfaction into your personal, professional, every walk of life. So it is important to go along with the planetary energies. Rather than working against them, go along with that kind of a planetary energies. So that's it, guys, from my side in this video. I hope you like the analysis. If you have any queries, any consultations regarding your Jupiter Rahu conjunction or any other placement regarding marriage, career, childbirth, foreign traveling, any consultation if you want to ask me, do let me know. I'm going to respond you back as soon as possible. Till then, please subscribe my channel below and make sure to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.